Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ plus story for today. I'm Faye Watt, and let's queer up entertainment. Breaking news, Allen Martello becomes new ED of Outshine Film Festival. This evening, Queer News Tonight reports a change of leadership at the Outshine Film Festival. For the past few years, Outshine has faced difficulty at the top. Multiple directors have had short-lived stints as executive director. Outshine board chairman Mark Gilbert served several years as acting ED. But now Allen Martello is named the new executive director of the LGBTQ Film Festival. Martello served as the Fall 2024 Film Festival's coordinator as a short business contract. Outshine has now hired Martello as executive director to lead the festival to new successes. In October, he already delivered an impact by splitting the 10-day festival, starting with Fort Lauderdale the first weekend and Miami the second. The change proved to be a success by attracting a younger LGBTQ demographic and more ticket sales. Queer News Tonight executive director Al Ferguson spoke to Martello about the breaking news. About why he would accept this role, he said, quote, "The Outshine Film Festival is an integral part of LGBTQ plus arts and culture here in South Florida. We help amplify the voices of our community. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? In all seriousness, Outshine plays an important role in our community here, in my community. I've always had a passion for helping nonprofits, and now I have the opportunity to help a nonprofit within my own community. I'm incredibly excited to serve," end quote. Martello was asked about if LGBTQ film festivals are still relevant in our community. He replied, quote, "I think that LGBTQ plus film festivals, no, probably film festivals in general are hard. LGBTQ plus events are hard. But if Outshine has proved anything in the last few months, it's that our community wants events like this. Our first cocktails and cinema event this year sold out. Outshine is showing our community the value of queer stories. Besides, like we always say, film is more fun with friends. And Outshine doesn't just curate the best in queer films. We know how to throw amazing parties," end quote. One thing is clear, supporting our LGBTQ plus cultural events and organizations thrive is incredibly important to our community. Outshine Film Festival Spring Edition will open in Miami on April 12th and runs through the closing weekend of April 27th in Fort Lauderdale. And we say congratulations, Allen. I'm so proud of you, honey. This is fantastic news. So I was able to work with Allen when the film festival was here last. And initially, the Outshine Film Festival had a week in Fort Lauderdale and a week in Miami. And so with Allen's new role, he decided to put them together and start the film festival all in 1 week, just start at one city and at the other. And I think that that really has helped propel people wanting to come down from Fort Lauderdale to the Miami and vice versa. So I love that. I love that he's in this new role. I think it's going to be fantastic. I agree with him. LGBTQ plus events, like you boys all know, can be difficult. Can be, you get pigeonholed to the same people coming to certain events, right? And you want to blossom out, but still keep the integrity and still keep the support of the people who support you, right? You want to be agile and keep with the times, but you don't want to disrespect your core, there's a lot to it. And I think that Allen has the experience and the vigor, to make this happen. I'm really excited to see what happens now.
It also shows people that we're more than Florida, just a beach and Disney World.
Yes.
That we have arts and culture and entertainment that a lot of people say there's nothing to do in South Florida. We just talked about Divine. We talked about this. The ladies play night. So there's lots of stuff going on here in South Florida. And the film festival is an amazing, event.
It's exciting to see, that there's new leadership and, a new direction with this. I kind of felt spreading it apart a little bit in cities, kind of felt a little redundant. And so that might have lost a little bit of that flair, but it's so important to support these nonprofits like this, because it's storytelling. It's our stories. You're seeing us on film. You're seeing us on stage. You're hearing our music. You're looking at our paintings. This is who we are.
And Outshine provides such a good, specific good. Too often nonprofits, you're not sure what they're doing. This is a very concrete thing. The Outshine Film Festival has been wonderful year in year. And it's so hard to run a small nonprofit like this. I wasn't really shocked to hear that they've had to go through a few different EDs, because
it ain't easy.
You end up having to do 99% of the work yourself. Kudos to Allen for taking this on and for everyone who's been keeping it going all these years.
Yeah, for sure. And a big kudos going out to Mark Gilbert. You are an exceptional human being. I worked with Mark in radio back on Y100 and 93.1 back in the early 2000s.
Why?
And the thing is that he lives and breathes Outshine. You know, my favorite part of Outshine, like I get to do the Latin films with Dino Mosquera, and I love that because it's my language, right? But I think more so, I enjoy the movies from places where we don't have rights, where we're not allowed to be our true authentic self, yet they're still going to have the cojones to put this incredible movie together and put their stories together, you know? And when they bring these directors and these actors from these other countries to, you know, for these opening nights or closing nights or whatever it is, wow. I mean, it's like heart-stopping, you know? And they get so many entries. I hear that they get like thousands and thousands of entries, and then they have to bring it down to like 20 or 30 films. Like, I don't know how they do it. But it's going to be an incredible time, so make sure that you look out for the marketing and all that, and get your tickets for Outshine Film Festival. All right, so that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ plus stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.